So I want to downgrade my PC. And this is the PC in question. Now you might be thinking, bro, what do you mean? This looks fine. Why do you want to downgrade it? And how do you even spend $480 downgrading a PC? Well, let me explain. For starters, I'm actually going to be downgrading my case, and this is actually a pretty freaking sad moment. I've had this case for like 2 years. It was the first case that I ever bought brand new, and it does look so damn good. But the unfortunate truth is that this new case just isn't as practical as the old case that I'm going to be downgrading to. This is an overarching theme that I became so passionate about. I literally just made a video about this, why old cases are better than new ones today. And the TLDR is that basically new cases are more aesthetics prioritized and old cases are more practical. Downgrading it will actually let me chuck some extra stuff in here, which I think is pretty cool. We'll touch on later with all the parts and that, but it's very unfortunate. So that's why we have to downgrade the case. Really quickly, before I show you how we're going to be downgrading this thing, I thought it'd be a good idea to run through the specs for the fellow tech nerds like myself who are interested in all this stuff. So for the CPU, we got the Ryzen 7 5800X. GPU, we got the RTX 2060 Super. We got 32 gigs of RAM and all plugged into a ASRock B550 Steel Legend motherboard. We also have 750 watt power supply. It's a gigabyte one. UD750GM by memory, 240 AIO, some white fans, Wi-Fi adapter, hard drive, like that's pretty much it. But anyway, let's jump into what we're actually going to be downgrading and how we're going to be approaching this, but let's do it. All right, while we decipher what the hell is going on here, we'll get the calculator out and add everything up so we can see how much everything costs here. But starting off with the case, we got the NZXT Phantom 410. Beautiful case in my opinion, but that cost me $40 used. And next, we're just gonna talk about this later. Next, because of the case, we can get some 5¼ inch bays, which means we're gonna get a hot swap bay. So we got the Max 5 Duo. I think this costs like $79 from memory. Next, we got some more 5¼ inch bays. We got this Blu-ray DVD drive. I'm not going to add this to the total because the total is going to be quite big, and to be honest, I got this a long time ago. I just found it in a random case I picked up as part of a build, and I just held on to it because it's a Blu-ray one, not just a standard DVD drive. So I was like, fuck yeah, we'll hold on to that. We have one of these multimedia things. I don't know what you actually call them, but let me just show you. It's got a bunch of USB slots over there. We've got some USB 3, USB 2, some SD card stuff going on, and USB-C. And next we got some miscellaneous stuff. I got a USB device which basically gives me more USB 2 headers. You plug one in and it gives you 4 out. Next we got some PCIe cards, just some basic like adapters to give you more access to stuff. We got USB 3.0 and an additional 2 ports, which will be handy for those 5¼ inch bays demanding USB 3 from us. And we also have another card. We got some more SATA ports because you need some more SATA ports. You already know what this is. This is the 1080 Ti. God damn. This thing cost me $200. But this is actually technically a downgrade because we're going from 20 series to 10 series. However, 1080 Ti has got to be better than a 2060 Super, right? Except for ray tracing. I mean, like, god damn, this is a good downgrade. But anyway, 1080 Ti, I cannot wait to use this thing. And last up, I look, lied to you guys, but we have one upgrade in here. I'll justify this a bit later because you're probably thinking, brother, what the fuck are you talking about? Why are you getting 1000 watts in here? But we got the RM1000X. I think this cost me $271 or $79. Those are all the parts that we're going to be putting into this bad boy. But let's actually start disassembling my big quiet case. It's going to be so sad, but let's start disassembling so we can downgrade to upgrade. Let's get it. All right, I'm gonna be real. This shit actually took me quite a while. Even though I said I'm low-key gonna be speedrunning this. So let me give you a summary of what happened. Basically, I took out my RTX 2060 Super. I glazed it a little. It looks pretty good, to be fair. It's nice and white because it's still decent for what it is. And it actually looks pretty good. It looked really good in this case. So I really liked it. Took out this PCIe Wi-Fi card, unplugged a bunch of shit. God, bruh, USB 3.0 cable, ugliest cable ever. Then I took out the radiator, but this was a bit more difficult. Oh, fuck these cables, bruh. Because since I'm extra, I didn't want to take the pump off of the motherboard because I don't want to repaste it. Alright, so the motherboard is finally freaking clear to leave the fucking case. We just had to undo so much shit, especially with like the RGB hub and all the freaking cables for it, man. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit difficult. Then we finally popped the motherboard out and I was actually gassed. I was actually really tired after this. Jeez, man. Holy crap. Okay. Goddamn, I'm actually so sweaty right now just from taking the goddamn motherboard attached to the AIO out, but that's most of what we need. We just need to grab the fans and get through all the cable management to get like the RGB hubs and shit. Oh, geez, man. I mean, I will be honest, taking apart a computer is low-key fun because it's pretty straightforward. You just undo all the shit, you can undo all the neatness. I was literally just going ham with my pliers on the bloody cable ties, and there were so many, but I'm kind of dreading having to build in the other case now. But anyway, motherboard AIO is out, and I'm honestly just going to try keep these two together until we get into the new case, because I don't want to repaste the CPU. I did this like 6 months ago, and I think it looks alright. So we continue to prevail. The fuck do I do with this thing though? I then took out the rear fan. Here she comes. It's not even that dirty, like at all. I fucking love these fans. They look so clean. They're expensive, but they look so freaking nice. I also took out my accessories that I kept inside of the PC. Yeah, all my little bits of memorabilia, little stoicism, my definition, because I forgot, Aston Villa, and my little trees hanging my bob. And then got cracking at the power supply. Cable extensions. Finally got the RGB hub out of here. Here it is. By the way, this is the power supply. Grab a look. Part of the reason I wanted to swap it was because it low-key annoyed me since it was kind of loud and was making some really suspicious noises, especially when I was doing something that was a higher load, like video editing. Sometimes I would scrub the timeline and it would make almost like coil whine noise, so I really just wanted to swap it. So I specifically went out of my way to look at all the cybernetics ratings and find a power supply that was ATX 3.1, pretty quiet and somewhat affordable. That's what landed us here. And then I moved on and I got my hard drive out of here, the 1TB HDD. Alright, my 1TB HDD. Let's get it. And finally, I got up to the remaining 3 fans on the front of the case, and yeah, just take a look what happened. Alright, you guys want to see how much dust is going to come out of my front panel when I pop it? Because I really don't know what's going to happen right now. Oi, fuck. I just made the biggest mess by dropping that. Oh my god. That literally just dropped and splattered and half of it just exploded. Would have gone on the floor. Fuck. That's pretty much the case, by the way. So this is actually a good transition to finally just move on to where we actually start moving into the other case right over there. So I think we can finally just move on and finally start the assembly. So just let me fix all this shit up. Made quite a mess over here, but we'll fix it up and get into the assembly. Let's fucking do it. So in the Phantom 410, things started off pretty good. We did the fans with no problems. Yeah, I think my white themed components are actually going to sit pretty nicely in this PC. Not gonna lie. Oh my gosh. But then came the 5¼ inch bays. Let me just show you how long it took for what perceivably should have been a really simple install. Alright, what is good? Please excuse the informal attire, but let me just show you how long it took to install the 5¼ inch bays. Alright, so this is the video clip. I'm nowhere to be seen. Let's find me. Alright, let's just say I call it starts. We're saying the install started over here. I dicked around a lot because the screws, oh, you see, look what's happening. Look at this. What the fuck's going on here? Okay, that's final screw. I think that's it. Yeah. Oh, I'm still dicking around. What am I doing? Hold up. Yes, what the fuck is... Okay, that looks done. So up until there. And, ready? Grand reveal. Oh, that was about call it 25. 25 fucking minutes just to put in 12 screws. Dog. Piece of shit, man. Who the designed some of this stuff, bro? This took way too long, but that is the 5 1/4 inch base done. That hot swap bay, oh my, that was fucking horrible to deal with. Yeah, from what I thought was going to be a really awesome product. I mean, I'm sure it still probably is, but that's pretty disappointing. But that is pretty cool. Like now everything's nice and secure, looks very good. Where's my front panel at? Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that. That looks amazing. How fucking awesome is that though? So happy as with that. Now we're going to move on to the motherboard and AIO as well at the same time. So come with me. I'll show you guys how that's going to go down. And then we did our beautiful motherboard while mucking around with the radiator. Oi, good catch. Holy shit. Yet again, this did take a little while. I had to go a little bit in between, but we got it done. Alrighty, so it is power supply time. We got the RM1000X in here. I've already connected everything that we're going to be needed. We've got all these braided cables, which is pretty nice, I guess. That looks actually pretty damn good, but I've actually orientated this thing to intake air from the inside of the case from in the cabin. And that's actually because since this thing will be sitting on the floor in my room, I've got a carpeted floor, I thought, well, it's probably better to just intake from what's going on inside the case. It will have to compete with the GPU like a little bit, unfortunately, but the nature of this case is actually pretty good because on the side panel, we literally have a fan like located like right here, so it can feed straight into it and the GPU. So I at least think that's all right. Good advantage of the older case here is new cases always have a power supply shroud, but this time, since we don't, I'll actually get to show off my power supply and its cables. So that's actually maybe a positive in this case, but that's starting to shape up pretty nicely. Then it was time to put in our glorious GTX 1080 Ti. God damn. Lock this guy in very nicely. Boom. And then we'll find a way to make this look neat, but I do love a very thick cable coming out of a GPU. That looks super nice. To give you guys a little bit of action of what's going on here. Super nice. Look at that, like no sag or what? Looking super cool. Very nice. But then it was time to cable manage. Alright, so I decided to not film the cable management, and I think I made the right decision because that ended up taking like 2 or 3 hours and plus some extra inconveniences. But I've come back the day later. I was up really late last night doing it, by the way, but I've come back a day later and check it out. There is no desk on my computer anymore, and that is because no desk on my computer. There is no computer on my desk. Anyway, there is the computer on the floor, ready to turn on for the first time. So, fingers crossed. Let's see what happens. Let's freaking see what happens, man. Alrighty, welcome to the POV of underneath my desk. As you can see, we finally finished the job. Everything is looking absolutely fantastic in this case, but your boy was up to 2 AM last night finishing off the cable management, and that wasn't without its inconveniences. I put this together like, I don't know, I'd say about 8, 9 PM, like really roughly, you know, just to make sure everything works. I put it together, I turned it on, and it worked, but my Windows drive just corrupted itself. Like, I do not know what happened there. So basically, I was trying to figure it out. I couldn't do it, so I just reinstalled Windows on the drive. Everything works now, it's all good, but that was a massive inconvenience. I probably finished that up at like 10 or 11 PM, and then just spent a solid few hours cable managing. God, it took so long, especially like with all the PCIe cards in the 5 1/4 inch bays, like the cables got like really like thick. You'll see some clips, but oh my gosh. It was worth the pain though, because this thing looks so damn good. And now I've got my desk back again. Like, I've got so much more space. It's so nice. I've got access to my DVD drive. This is a shit angle, you probably can't see, but I got my DVD drive back. Life is good. And I know there's a bunch of like cable mess behind me. Please excuse it. I've literally like just plopped this in
and I've still got like the cables running up to where it used to be and then just dropping back down. I'll fix it, don't worry. But I'm so happy with this. Oh my days. I love this, man. And also, I got a whole red thing going on. I saw a photo. I'll chuck it up on the screen. I just saw a photo randomly when I was looking up the Phantom 410, and I was so inspired by it. So we had to go red with this gunmetal gray special edition color of this case. And also, what the fuck happened with NZXT? Bruh, I literally just finished this build and then they're full dying in the ass. Oh my god, bruh. What is the timing of that? But anyway, we're chilling. All right, so here is the PC. We're currently running a Cinebench. We're about 7, almost 8 minutes in now, and temperature is chilling at about 80 degrees, which honestly I think is pretty solid. I was a little bit worried with this case to see how the temperatures would go, but it's proving to prevail. It's still doing all right, even though like the exhaust situation is a bit rough. Like I find it hard that it would intake air, but I think it's doing okay. So that is good news, obviously. I was worried with this case to see if the temperatures were going to be worse, and honestly, in the Be Quiet case, the temperatures were honestly about the same. They weren't really any better than this, so no complaints whatsoever. I'm just realizing a reason why our CPU temps might be a little bit better than what I thought they were going to be is because we swapped our GPU. Not because we've got a 1080 Ti, but because it's a blower style GPU where it basically keeps all its hot air to itself and then exhausts it through the rear PCIe slots, versus just exhausting it into the chassis of the case, and as hot air rises, the radiator grabs that hotter air. But at least in this case, that doesn't happen, and it can grab somewhat cooler air. I mean, this case, it doesn't get direct airflow, not really, to the radiator, so at least this will help it out a bit, but that might be part of the reason why. So, I mean, at least it's a positive when we get a more air-restricted case that the temperatures can still manage. And I think it's actually a really good thing that we get a fan right on the side panel, and I've actually tuned it to match the temperatures of the GPU in the IQ software, which is actually really good. So as the GPU temps rise, this fan's RPM will go up to match it, and not just matching like the CPU, because that's what the rest of the fans are doing. That's usually the normal case with most hardware that you'll get as well on the motherboard headers. They'll just match the CPU temps, but at least in this case, it will tune itself to the GPU so that it can really just help, especially considering it's right there. So absolute win with the cooling, considering our case is definitely on the older side, like a 12-year-old case, and the cooling is still pretty good. No complaints whatsoever. But yeah, this has been the downgrading of my PC. Downgrading to upgrading. I fucking love this thing, man. But anyway, if you guys like this, please consider subscribing, liking the video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. But thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I see some of the same people giving me comments every time. I really appreciate all you guys' support. So thank you for watching. It means a lot from the bottom of my heart. But I'll see you guys in the next video, whatever that may be.